Welcome back to Tell Me Something Good. I'm your host, Jackie.
And I'm your host, Jelly, and this is a podcast where we talk about self-development, experiences, and lessons that we've learned along the way.
Today, we're going to get a little bit into our dating life and the tea of what that looks like. But first, Jelly, tell me something good.
So my something good is that I finally took my ass to the gym.
Yes.
And I feel so weak. It's so hard to start over after probably a year. But I never canceled my membership because I was like, I know I'm going to get back in it. But yeah, I was sore and I haven't been consistent because I've been sick. I'm sick right now. Mm-hmm. But I'm excited to get back in it. I might go tomorrow.
And you posted that you lost weight. Why does that happen to people? Mine is the opposite. Like if I stop going to the gym, I gain weight.
Me, I don't know. I didn't mean to lose it.
Muscle mass, you think?
I think it's that.
But that's good that you're back into it. Perfect time because spring's around the corner. I know. I've been trying to do good with the gym. I think my biggest thing is eating.
Yeah.
I love to eat anything. But, yeah, that's good.
You tell me something good.
Something good is that I just got back from Mexico City. I went with my friends that I went to New York with, and it was a beautiful time. And it was a perfect, amount of days, I think. Friday through Tuesday.
Yeah.
It was like a weekend. I could have probably done 2 more days to explore more, but I felt like that's my limit. You know what I mean? And it's I think
if you're a homebody, you just sometimes you just want to be home.
I want to be home, and I do end up missing my bed and stuff, but I had a great time, and I think it was the perfect amount of.
Was it 4 nights?
It was Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 4 nights.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yes, and I'm it was the weekend, and it's crazy because when I got back, everyone's like, wait, you went to Mexico already and you're back? I'm like, yeah, it was the perfect time. It didn't feel like I left for too long because I do. And it was my sister's birthday and I missed out on her birthday.
Aww.
I know. I felt so bad, but I'm going to make it up to her.
Did you watch the Super Bowl over there or they don't care?
They do watch it, but we didn't watch it.
Oh, yeah.
But it is something huge over there too.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder that if other countries cared.
Yeah, they do. They were like, go Chiefs. They kept yelling like my friends. I'm like, okay.
But so everybody wanted the Chiefs to win?
They wanted them to win. And I'm like, they ended up, I didn't watch it. How was the Super Bowl anyway?
It sucked.
Really? How was the halftime or?
Oh, the halftime, I liked it with Kendrick Lamar. But I am more into performative or I love Rihanna's because I could sing with her, very.
Yes.
But it was good. I liked how he did it.
I feel like my favorite halftime of all time is Shakira and Jennifer Lopez.
I don't remember that one much.
That one was my favorite of all time. But I did it. I was low key getting FOMO about that. I was like, I didn't realize that whenever I was leaving, it was Super Bowl weekend, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna miss the Super Bowl. And everyone was like, you don't even watch football. I'm like, I know, but you just have to be there.
It's like a tradition, American tradition. I guess you have to in the commercials. It's just the whole thing.
Yes, and I saw the commercials were good. I did see some of those on my TikTok, but yeah, so yeah, it is big over there in Mexico too. Mm-hmm.
I love that. Is the culture very different? But I think that part of it is Mexico, but I don't know.
It's very diverse there. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people, what they were telling me was that a lot of people go there for modeling. It has one of the biggest modeling agencies in the world. So a lot of people go there to get into modeling. And there was a lot of attractive women and men. Oh. And men. Emphasize on that because usually there's attractive women everywhere. Yeah. But there was actually that man is good looking. It was a lot of attractive men. But a lot of them are there for modeling. That's what my cousin was telling me. So if you want to find a man, it might be in Mexico City. But yeah, it was, and it's crazy because people will be like, did anybody hit on you? Or I'm like, no.
They didn't?
Because I feel like it's because I'm with guys.
Oh, yeah.
So they think that maybe one of them is, and then we're so close, we're grabbing each other's arm. And I'm like, damn, they're going to think that's my man for real. But no, it was, we have a great time every time. It's the second time we do something in a group, and it was a fun time. But me and Lalo, we've been close for years, so anytime we do something, we always have a good time, no matter what it is. Maybe you can come on a trip with us. I think you would love it.
Yeah, I think I would too.
You would. I know you would love it. I'm like, okay, you would love to be here. But yep, that's how it was. All right.
Now into your dating life.
So let's be honest. So we were talking on the way here, and we were saying how we don't spill the tea too much.
Yeah, and I think people love the tea.
And then I'm like, but damn, am I going to expose myself? But you know what? And then she's like, oh my gosh, you need to talk about this on the podcast.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to be like, delete that.
It is harder when you're sharing your own tea to people.
Especially
I love watching it, but
I think it's fun. I mean, I can talk about my tea, but when it's like years out.
Yeah.
But not when it's like,
it is currently happening.
Currently. So, okay, let me ask you, are you dating anybody?
No. Not at all.
Yeah, I feel like we need to get you out there.
I'm more open to it, but it's just, I don't know, it's hard out here.
But I feel like there's no rush to it.
Yeah.
But I just love hearing dating stories though. But
what about you?
So I'm not dating anybody. I've been single for 6 months.
6 months?
Isn't it crazy? Let's talk about it.
Summer, right?
Yeah, it was summer. And it's so crazy though, because every time I talk about it, I would tell you to take it out.
Yeah.
So I got single in September, October, November, December, January. Yeah, 6 months. And that was like a really like weird breakup because we still would keep in touch, you know? And I think I'm finally like free.
Right.
Not in a bad way, but I do think I'm finally like where I'm like, I don't want another year of this.
Yeah.
You know, like I've come to that. I'm like, I do not want I cannot waste another year. I know what I want and it's not leading towards where I want it to lead. And if anything, it's going backwards. And I cannot waste my time. I want a family one day and I cannot. So I'm free from that. And like no shade to whoever I was with, because at the end of the day, that's who I wanted to be with. Now, if I would have talked about this like 3 months ago, I would have been spilling all the tea. But I'm not going to spill the tea on why we broke up. Have I talked about it?
I don't think you said why.
Well, there was just a lot. But I haven't talked about it. It was not a good breakup. It was not like a healthy relationship. And I feel like you do get stuck in those like cycles.
Yeah, we were talking about how it's just so hard to start over. I think that's the thing.
Yeah.
That you're just like, okay, I got to go through that stage again with someone, and it's very uncomfortable. And
you get used to being with somebody. You're like, well, they know everything about me. We have like this routine of what he knows me, I know him. And now it's like, okay, once I date again, it's like having to get to know people all over. But I think it's low-key fun to get to know somebody again. But I do think for a while, I kind of was so stuck on that relationship where I was not open to anything else. I'm like, well, and I would think that was the best I was going to get.
Really?
I was like, what other man is going to do this for me or do, because even though he wasn't like loyal, there was things that he would do. Like, you know, I'd be like, what other man would do that? And honey, I'll tell you right now, there are men who will do that and more, you know, and you don't have to sacrifice loyalty or sacrifice your worth for those things. But yes,
that's really the bare minimum we were saying. Like,
yes.
Don't cheat on me.
We were literally talking. What were you saying? You're like, yeah, like just as long as he's not a cheater. I'm like, that's the bare freaking minimum. It really is. And it's crazy though, because I used to say, oh, if someone cheats on me, like I'm out. Like, that's like and I would be out. But then I wasn't. But I can say I was single the last 6 months, but I'm gonna be honest, it wasn't like I was single some of those months. Like I was still.
Like if they still have access to you or anything, it's like this stage of like, are we gonna get it back together? Like it's still that little cloud.
Yes, and I think you also confuse the other person by keeping in touch with them. So I was doing that. I was like, because then I would tell him like, we didn't break up because I didn't want to be with you. We broke up because of what you did. Like I still care about you. Like I didn't choose this. And then I think that's where things got blurry for the last 6 months. But now I'm like open to like getting to know other people, not even in like dating, or I'm open to just being like living my best life.
Yeah, and I think it's good to start as friends too, and just like get to know people, and then if it leads to more. And
I think you forget what other people are out there, because you're so like, oh well, this guy is this way or this, but there are really good men out there who do want to treat you right. And I think in the last 2 weeks, I've been like, I don't know what's in the air.
To men.
I've been attracted to men. And like in the air, I'm like, what the heck? I guess like.
Yeah, but it's like you didn't realize you're the prize. Like.
Yes. And I forgot that I was the prize until recently. I'm like, what? Like men really do want to like spoil me. And I'm like, I don't. And the crazy thing is I haven't had to sacrifice anything or do anything for a man to want to do that. And that's where I'm like, wait, I can choose. Like, it's not about who chooses me. It's about who I choose to be with. But I think it's so easy to get lost in that such an unhealthy relationship that you forget that you're like, damn, like.
Yeah, you feel like that's the best you can do.
You think they're the prize. Oh, hang on. Let me text my sister. But, and also I feel like we don't demand things. I think we've talked about that too. But I think now I am. Like, not demand, but like, if you come at me like in a way that it doesn't show that you value me, like it's that easy. And I was telling Jelly on the way here, I told her that if I wouldn't have ignored certain flags at the beginning, I wouldn't even be in that situation. So like, just not ignoring those.
Yeah, and it's funny because we would kind of talk about it, but it's harder to do it too. Because I remember we talked about it last year, kind of when we started, but hit Jackie up.
No, not right now, but hit Jelly up. But I don't know. I think one of the things that made me kind of be like, wait, like, you know, it was when my birthday came, when it was my birthday, and there was like men giving me gifts, like going to my job and sending like that's the bare minimum, but it's also like, what? Like
that's like they're chasing kind of like how it's supposed to be.
Yes. And I don't know, it just having flowers sent to like the restaurant, or just saying like, I want to see you, like what, like, or doing things for you that you're like, wait, you know, because I was used to my ex doing a lot of things for me, but at the same time, and this is where things got kind of like messed up, because he would do those things for me and I would not appreciate them anymore. Like I wouldn't appreciate them in the same way because of what he had done. So I'd be like, okay, cool. But like now another man does it. I'm like, oh, that's so sad. But that's not fair. That's also, and I would tell him this. I'd be like, it's not fair for you to put so much effort and so much thought into something and you're not going to get the appreciation from me because because
of other things.
Yes, because of the other things. And I think that when things get really bad, you just have to move on, because I'm never going to appreciate it. But there's going to be a girl out there that does appreciate everything he's done or everything he does. And I was that girl at the beginning, and then she gone. I literally said she gone. Like I
think I've said that before too. Like, I'm not that same girl.
No, like that's
you can't do that. I don't know. Like, I don't forget.
And it's like once you get there, you're like, but it does take you to get there. Somehow, just don't like get engaged or nothing, or have their child while you're in this little rut, because that's where you get stuck sometimes, you know, or you
just
feel
don't
stuck.
ignore the red flags.
Yes, don't ignore them. And as far as dating, like I feel like I am open to getting to know people right now. Like not even in just like I'm open to like if you want to go on a like, oh gosh, I say that, but there's somebody who might message me and I never respond. But like I feel like I'm not like
completely close.
Yeah, like because I am a hopeless romantic.
Yeah,
like,
me too.
I really, really am, and I think there is a man out there who can be all those things.
Yeah, they can.
But I think it comes down to you. Like you have to love yourself, so someone else is like, oh dang, like I want to treat her right because she treats herself right.
Yeah, she demands it.
Yes, but
I'm trying to become more of that too.
I feel like you are like that.
But I'm like, sometimes am I too, like, I have too many boundaries?
No, that's good.
But I'm like, do I want this perfect man that doesn't, like, nobody's going to be perfect, you know?
No, I think no one's going to be perfect, but there's going to be things that, maybe we should have communicated this a little better, or there's things, but there's non-negotiables.
Like, you got to be able to grow with someone too.
Yes. But there's also non-negotiables that it's like, oh, he does this, he does that. Like, I don't even have to, I'm not going to lower my standards for you.
Yeah.
You know? And I think that that's where I've messed up too. Like, I thought I had non-negotiables, and then it started slowly.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he is deleting messages, or he's doing this. And then I was like, okay, like, that's okay. Like, what? That is not okay. That is literally not okay.
Yeah. Do we have a game, or we're going to do stories?
We can do some questions or first date horror stories. But I do want to say that I don't blame it all, because I feel like sometimes when I've talked about my past relationship, I feel like I put the blame all on him. But I also know it was my fault for allowing a lot of that, or so I take blame for it now. But if you would have asked me, honey, 4 months ago, I would have been in here like, he did it. Like, but I think that I'm at the point where I know that there were things that I should have not even had a conversation about, like, because I allowed it, So it's not all completely.
But I am like, why? I just don't understand men. Like,
I don't understand that, but. And then also we hear all these like scary like dating, or like we watch these shows, and it's like, do you want to go on a date with somebody that you never met?
That's why I'm like, I think I have trust issues too.
Yeah. I feel like I would have to meet you out there at first. If I don't know you and you're just like, I feel like I'd have to drive there, meet you there, and don't drink too much. Maybe have one, and then.
Yeah, it's different. Like if I know you like from around, or somebody knows you, like we meet through mutuals or something. But like online dating, I don't think I would just meet up with a stranger by myself.
What do you think about, that was one of the questions, I think, that about online dating.
I don't think it's for me.
I don't think so either. Right?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Here's some questions that are like, what's the best and worst dating advice you've ever received?
I don't know if I've received anything.
I think that the worst dating advice that I've received is that, men are just men. Like, I think that's the worst dating advice. Because I've heard it from adults. They're like, well, men are just going to be men. Like, that's how all men are. And I'm like, what the heck? And then you start thinking it's true.
Yeah. Or even when we're little, how we're taught, like, if a boy hits you, he likes you.
Oh, yeah. What? If he's mean to you, he likes you.
Yeah. Like, that's so.
Yeah. And I think one of the best dating advice is that you choose. What is it that you don't, like.
You choose to love.
Yeah.
Who
like,
you love, you don't.
What is it? Like, you.
Love is a choice.
Yes, that's the
something.
Not a feeling.
Yeah,
it's a choice that you make every day, that you're gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna choose to love this person and do things right by this person. But it's not always. I feel like you're not always gonna feel like, oh, you're gonna get on my nerves. I'm gonna get on your nerves. But at the end of the day,
it's like your person that you choose to.
To be with and
grow it. Would you rather date someone who plans every detail, or one who is completely spontaneous? I like detail.
Me too. I think I would, because I would be the one to be like, if he was spontaneous, I'd be like, what are the details?
Yeah.
I need to know the details. So, yeah, I need details.
Yeah.
But I do like spontaneous, like, but also I need details because I need to know who's going to take care, what I'm going to do for work.
What do I need to wear?
Yeah.
Like,
yes.
That's like when I see proposals of people who like propose anywhere, or people who plan it, I would rather it be very planned.
Yeah.
Like the effort to do it, instead of proposing at like Walmart.
Yes. Or you know what I would like though? Like if someone was like, we're going on a trip. Don't worry, we'll go shopping when you get there.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, okay.
That's
like,
planning though.
Like that,
like,
that is, but it's spontaneous, but it's like.
Yeah, it's a little both.
Like, don't worry, like.
Everything's taken care of.
Everything's taken care of. Or I packed your bags for you. I'll be like, what you pack? Did you get everything? Or like something like that, like spontaneous.
Yeah.
Because I do like last minute, like spontaneous trips too.
I don't think I do.
I think I could, I'd be like, oh my God. Because then I don't have time to like panic about it either. For the last, like, I feel like I've done it last year or the year before. I did go on like a couple last minute trips.
But what's last minute?
Like a week, 2 weeks out to another country. Like Mexico, I feel like that was a little...
Yeah, if I do trips like that, it's more spontaneous, but not like a couple days. Like,
oh, no. A couple days, I don't think... I've done it one time. I do remember because my parents were going to Mexico and my dad was like, come with us. And they were leaving like 2 days later. And I was like, should I not? He's like, come on. And then I looked up flights and they were like a good price. And I bought the flight. And then I was like, oh my gosh, why did I do that?
Yeah.
But then the whole time there, I was like, oh, that was like good. You know, like I'm glad that I did do it. But that was one of my spontaneous trips because I wasn't going to go. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I want a planner. I need to know everything. Yeah, me too. How do you deal with feelings of rejection?
Never been rejected.
What's that?
No,
leave it in the comments.
Can't relate. No, but I think it's because I always make guys approach it. Like I never approach a guy, even if I think like he catches my attention or anything. Like I will not approach you.
I feel like I get turned off if a man doesn't. Like, if I already feel like a man's not giving me attention, that's rejection to me. And I'm like, okay, bye. But I have been in situations where I would have, like, a crush and he wouldn't really, like... Mm-hmm. But you'd be like, why? What is wrong with you? Are you gay? I'll start thinking, I'm like, oh, they must be gay. But
yes, or I assume they're taken. Like,
I'm like, oh, they must be married. Oh, they must be very loyal to their girl. Something. No, but I think rejected. Like I don't think I mean,
not flat out rejected because I've never.
I feel like I try to feel out things before I even.
Like they gotta at least make the first move or like look at me or something, something like. But I don't think I've approached a guy.
What if we did and we were like, you're so cute, and they're like, please, like, bye. I feel like I would never tell anybody they're cute.
No.
Like, I don't think until I already know, like, there's, like, an attraction there. But, yeah, I wouldn't compliment a man.
No. It has to be hard to be a man if you think of it.
Why are we single? We don't compliment men. I really do. Or I would be like, oh, this is how I would compliment guys back then. I'd be like, oh, you look kind of cute today. Like, you look like...
I don't think I've ever...
Or I would...
that girl.
No, not to... Actually... No, if I was in a relationship, I would be like, oh my gosh, you look good.
I don't think I ever did.
I like this outfit on you. Like, but...
Because I feel like even when people compliment me, it makes me be like I don't know. It's hard for me to receive compliments.
Yeah, wait, how do we compliment men? I don't know. One compliment is like, oh, you smell good.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's a compliment.
Or your haircut looks good. Or
yes,
something.
like your haircut, or that color looks really good on you. Mm-hmm. But I feel like strangers, like, I wouldn't know how to compliment a man. Let's see what else.
Would you rather have a partner who is always affectionate in public or one who saves affection for private moments?
That one's hard.
I like a little affection in public, but not all on me.
Yeah, not too
I broke up with someone because they were too
like how?
Like just want to be kissed, like you know, like
in front of other people.
Yeah, like if we would be out, like, and I was like, I'm not. I don't know.
No, I like to keep it classy in public.
Yeah.
Unless I'm drunk, then I might be a little sitting on your lap, being a little too much. But no, I feel like I like to keep it classy, like maybe like hold hands.
But I don't think my love language is very physical touch.
I think mine is.
Like if we're watching a movie or something, yeah, but I don't like all day. Like
oh yeah, not all day. I'd be like, get off.
Yeah.
I feel overstimulated. But no, I think, yeah.
But I do like sweet gestures, like in public, like just a kiss on the forehead or something like that.
Yeah, something simple, nothing crazy, like nothing, like if they're constantly like rubbing on you or like
want to hold hands all the time.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Oh my gosh, I feel like I don't really hold hands anymore, like in public. Do people hold hands? Like when was the last time? I feel like I haven't seen people hold hands in a long time.
Not like back then. It would be more.
I'm trying to think about people in my life that I know that are in relationships or marriages. I've never seen them hold hands. Right? Oh. I feel like these questions are good.
This one's good. It's your turn, right?
You go.
Would you rather find true love but have a long distance relationship, or settle for a comfortable relationship nearby?
I would say true love.
Long distance is hard though.
But we would eventually be together, or forever is long distance.
You don't say.
Yeah, I don't.
No, I'm like forever. No.
Yeah, I don't think I could do long distance, long term. Like I think I could do it for maybe like 3 months.
3 months. I could do it for like the most for true love, maybe 2 years.
Yeah.
Long distance is like every now and then, like every couple months we see each other.
Okay, but we're seeing each other.
Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking like we don't see each other at all.
No.
But if they live in a really cool place,
Yeah.
somewhere that I like to visit, that would be really nice too.
Like military relationships, but those are not for me. So.
But then again, I wouldn't plan on moving away though. So who would move? Who would make the move?
If you had to make the move.
Oh, I couldn't.
Like
I couldn't leave my
another
family.
state.
No, I couldn't. Sorry, my true love. You
No.
can't be it because that does not require me to move away. Oh, that would be so sad. Imagine you really meet somebody who's like everything.
I think I would do it.
Maybe it is. I feel like 1 year would be good, and you get to like it tests your relationship a lot. And if you can go through 1 year or 2 years of it, then that is your person. But then again, I think that it gets complicated when you get to the details of who's moving in with who's gonna leave their life behind to be with. But that's what a lot of people do. I mean, think about it. Our parents moved like, well, they moved away from their own family. Like my parents, like they met here, but they left their family too, you know?
Yeah.
And they were able to do it. I don't know how.
Yeah, that is hard.
Right.
But it is like you build your own family, like. But no, I think I would want to be around my parents.
Yeah, me too.
Too. Maybe, like I would move to Raleigh or somewhere, but not out of state.
Yeah, I could do like Charlotte, Raleigh. What's an instant deal breaker for you on a date?
Talk about their ex.
Oh, that is true. Yeah. Talking about their ex. I would say, talking about.
Like in a bad way. Like they're the problem.
Yeah, I would say if we're talking about like growth, like things that you've
like
learned.
What did you learn from it?
Yeah, but if you're like, just like, oh yeah, she was, she was doing this. I'd be like, what'd you do? Like, did you do anything to, but I think just talking negative about anything.
Or being on your phone. That's another one, like a lot.
Or trying to post a picture of me on your story or something. I'd be like, boy, I'd be like, that's never happened, but that would be like something that I would be like, why are you trying to post me? Or,
rude to the waitress.
Rude to making me pay on her first date.
Have you ever had to?
No, I don't think so. What else? I don't know. If he got too drunk on the first date.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and then I'm still, like, trying not to, like, I'm still getting to know you, but you got too drunk, I'd be like.
That's a red flag.
What else? How do you handle feelings of insecurity or jealousy in a relationship?
I think now, if I was in a relationship, I would talk about it.
Yeah.
But back then, I would be passive aggressive. But now, yeah, definitely. Just tell them what bothered me.
Yeah. I think communication. And there's some things that are, to me, they're common sense too. Like, why are you doing these things? Or when you do this. And I think when you start dating somebody new, they may not realize that certain things are like, but also like, I think if a man has made you feel very secure, sometimes it's eternal, and you have to be like, damn, am I projecting because of my past? You know, like, because sometimes I think because of certain things that we've been through, we think that they're out to get us, or they're gonna go do something, but not all men are, you know. And I think sometimes we just have to be like, am I projecting? What made me want to feel like this? Like, have a talk with yourself, and if you still feel uncomfortable, then like, okay, let's talk about it.
Yeah, it depends what it is.
And a lot of times, if like, men know what they're doing.
I think they know.
They know, because I know everything that I do. Like, I really do. Like, if I'm talking to a man and then let's say I have a boyfriend and a man is like, I am like this, like, like my man's right here. Like, I don't know. You just know. And even if your man's not jealous, you just do it out of respect.
Yeah.
I think I have to sneeze. You got me sick.
Go ahead.
You got me sick. Oh, wait, I don't.
It says red flags or deal breakers.
I have a lot of those.
Is the mama's boy a red flag or a deal breaker?
I like it to a certain extent. Yes, like, I'm like, oh,
as long as it ain't weird, like
kissing on the lips.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Some people do it culturally. I think, like, they'll kiss, like.
Yeah, but I don't like that.
Or like, I don't know. I've seen like sons that smack their mom's butts.
That's weird.
But then again, I think it's culture. Some cultures are like that. But no, I think I don't mind mama's boy. Like,
yeah, I don't either. I actually love that. Like,
yeah.
If you respect your mom.
If you respect your mom. Yeah. Deal breakers, I would say. I don't know. I feel like I did have a lot. Or red flags. I could go. I'll be on this podcast all day.
Say one.
Red flags is.
Or just say a thing and then we say, is it a deal breaker or a red flag?
Oh.
Like, doesn't open your door.
It's not a deal breaker or a red flag, but I've learned that I like that. So I want that. So I demand that now. Like, if you, like, and I don't even have to like tell you. I'm just gonna wait until you open the door.
But I think back then it would have been something red flag. Like, it was something that they did more back then, and it's not being passed on to these men.
Yeah, but I feel like you have to give off that energy too, because I think I do it on purpose now. Like, where
I just go wait by the door.
Or I will like walk slower, like, so they can get to the door.
Yeah.
But I remember with my ex, he wouldn't open the door at first, and then I told him, I was like, I want you to open the door for me, and he literally stuck with him. Like, he would open the door and then even when people saw him do it, they're like, what? You open the door for her? But then I like, that's just, you have to sometimes like, but that's crazy though, because back then though, I wouldn't, like, it was like care. Whatever, but now I'm like, no, I do want you to open the door for me. When they walk ahead of you, that's a freaking deal breaker.
Yeah, that's a deal breaker. Like, you don't care for my safety.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm married too. Like, even if we're walking down the sidewalk, like, you need to make sure I'm on this side.
Yes. What else?
If he is pursuing a rap career and he's 35.
You know what? I'm not mad about it.
I might chase your dream.
If you need a model in your video, put me there. Like,
as long as you have income somehow. Like,
yes, like, now if
it's a hobby and like you're working towards it.
Yeah. If you're relying on this and you still like,
that's a red flag.
You just have to choose. You still have to pay your bills. Yeah. You know, like, there's bills that need to be paid, and if that ain't paying your bills yet, we're gonna have to get to work. I believe in your dream, and I'll support it, and I'll play your music, and I'll whatever it is, but you still gotta go to work.
Yeah.
You know?
What else?
If he invites you over to his house on the first date.
Red flag.
Red flag.
Well, would it be a deal breaker?
No. I think that would be like...
I would be a red flag. Like, I would be like, no, we're not doing that, but...
Yeah.
Still.
I feel like it's a red flag because it means that that's what they do.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's like, to me, like if you invite me over to like dinner or something, I'll be like, okay, like
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna look up deal breakers or red flags in relationship. I can give you a lot of red flags of things that I've learned. If their phone is
I was gonna say they don't let you, like, they get paranoid about their phone.
yes. Or this is a red flag that I learned is if they used to play music and then they stop playing music and you're like, why is your phone not on Bluetooth? Red flag. That means they don't want any calls to come through. I remember he was like, I told him, I was like, why are you not playing music? He was playing the radio. He's like, I'm tired about music. He's like, I'm tired about music. I'm like, well, you play a different playlist.
Yeah.
Red flag. They didn't want calls to come through. No one wants to listen to the radio.
No.
Yeah, like, red flag. I feel like I could think of so many.
I know.
red
I can't
flags.
think of any right now, but I'm like,
If they didn't try to see you on Valentine's Day,
oh yeah, that's a big
red flag. It's a Friday and they didn't even care to go hang out with you. There's another person in the picture.
one.
Or they don't care to make you the main. Or make you feel important.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of other. When they don't share their food with you, they're like, get your own. Oh my gosh, that would really hurt my feelings. Like if they're like, let's say, I feel like that's sassy.
Yeah.
Like I've seen that happen where like you like will order food or something, not to me, but like,
And they don't want to share. Like,
but they'll be like, no, that's get your own. That you hate me if you do that. Like, isn't that like hateful?
yeah.
Like, I understand that. Like I've told people before, like if you're just gonna keep eating mine, just order two. Like
Yeah.
I will say that like I'm really hungry. If you're gonna eat all my food, like
Yeah.
let's just order two. But I'll prepare you like ahead of
I'm like, at least let me try it.
if they don't care for your birthday or do anything for your birthday.
Oh yeah, that's a big red flag.
They don't post you and you're dating for your birthday.
If they post everything else, though, some people don't post nothing at all.
If they don't post, then okay. But yeah, if he's in other girls' close friends, I don't even know. Like,
That's a red flag.
that's a red flag.
Yeah.
Why are
But
you?
some people don't. Some people with close friends like mine, I feel like I don't post nothing crazy.
Some people do.
Do they really? I'm not like nobody's close friends like that.
Me either. But I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
There has to be. If remember I told you this. I think I told you this. If they call your dog another dog's name, red flag. Why are you calling my dog? Ooh, that is not my dog's name.
They're gonna be like, if you call a man somebody else's name.
Did we talk about that? That is a red flag. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I was a red flag. I'll admit.
I've been a red flag.
Yeah.
Too. We talked about this in one episode, but I can't remember. What are some of our red flags, you think? Or
I'm perfect.
we're gonna clip where you're like, nah. Never been rejected. I don't think you do have red flags though.
No, I do, but I just don't remember because.
I mean,
I can't remember.
I don't have red flags until you make me have red flags.
Yeah.
That's what I think. Like, well, then what the hell does that even mean, though? Because that means we do have red flags. Or
Like, I'll be checking your phone if I feel like I need to. Like, you know.
That was one of my red flags.
Yeah, because I think checking phones is kind of red flag. But it's only if I feel like.
Okay, so it's crazy because we made that episode about red flags. And I was like, if I have to go through your phone, it's not even worth it. And then I would go through the phone. But it's true. I stand on that.
Yeah.
Don't go unless you, okay, and I'm going to tell you if you're going to go through the phone where you're
if you're going to find that proof, you got to, before you find it.
You have to be ready
yeah.
to leave.
Yes.
So if you're going to go through the phone, this is for the girls. I'm going to tell you where to go. Real quick, you got 10 seconds. He goes to the bathroom, go to his deleted messages, take a picture, and then?
But you have to have his password?
Yeah, you need to have his password. But you can, like, but take your, like, if you really feel like he's doing something.
You can, where's the deleted messages at?
Go to, go to edit.
Oh, recently deleted. I didn't know that was there.
Yes, and one of the things that I saw, so I had a feeling, you know when you have a feeling? So this man, he went to the bathroom, like he was like 10 seconds, like I was like quick with it. I literally went through his recently deleted. He had like 3. I took a picture of it, and then I was like, okay.
And you acted normal?
I acted normal. He went into, he went to the room. I went to the bathroom, put them in Cash App because the numbers weren't saved. And bam, I saw who it was. And I was like, when was the last time you talked to so-and-so? And he's like, huh? And I'm like, when was the last time you talked to so-and-so? And I was like, literally like trying to like, I'm like, if I'm asking you, it's because I know. Dang, he's gonna, if you ever watch this, he's gonna PTSD. And I was like, if I'm asking you, it's because I know. And then,
I bet getting caught cheating is like the worst feeling. Because you're like,
like, how do you even
like, you want to lie, but
you can't. You got caught. But yeah, that's where you're gonna find recently deleted, Snapchat besties, and if the name doesn't add up with the Bitmoji, that's they're gonna get caught.
Oh, you can change the name on Snapchat?
Yeah, you can change the name, and then you can mute people on Snapchat. So make sure there's no little. Okay, y'all, I'm traumatized. There's no little bell with a little line through it.
I'm so glad I have not had to.
Y'all, I've been through it. What else did I feel like I had to go through their Cash App?
Why? Because they send money?
Send money to who? Mm-hmm. You can block it.
Is it public? Who you send?
No, that Cash App isn't public and they can't delete it. Mm-hmm. Like, you cannot delete Cash App stuff. So that's where you can see, like, oh, they send money to this girl, or they send money, where are they receiving money from? It's nothing like, you cannot see, like, bank statement, nothing like that. It's nothing. But if you have 3 minutes to go through that phone, this is what you're going to do. And you better be quick. And then you're going to go to Facebook messages into their archive. But don't do it. If you have to do this, break up with him, because I promise.
But sometimes you do need the proof.
Sometimes you need to be
like, am I being crazy, or...
You know what's crazy? Oh my gosh, I'm about to get mad again. That I literally knew this man was up to something. Yeah. I was having dreams. When I tell you my dreams, if you're having dreams, go through that phone.
Yeah, it's telling you something.
And I was having dreams, and I literally, like, I saw one of the people that he had, was like, one of the girls that he, like, recently, like, was talking to. She was in one of my dreams. Like, is that not crazy? Like, your gut and I think your intuition, like, you will see things that you're meant to see. And so I remember this was in, like, you know, whenever we broke up, I literally had a feeling, you know, when you just know. Mm-hmm. But I was like, maybe, like, he's stressed because of this. Like, I'm not gonna, but I could feel the energy was off. And I remember being like, what's going on? And, you know, so, and then I caught it, right? Not fully yet, but I knew something was up, but I caught enough. And he literally told me, I don't know what your problem is. You have all this, like, animosity towards this person, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like...
And trying to gaslight.
And then I was like, wait, am I being crazy? Right? I thought I was crazy. I was like, dang, am I being crazy? And then 2 hours later, I get the proof. And then you do need proof sometimes. Yeah. Like, you do. And I'm like, this? And then you think back about, like, damn, he really tried to make me think I was like...
I think that's what makes it fucked up to me. Like, if you get caught and you still lie, like, and you're trying to make me feel crazy, is what makes me like, Nah.
Yeah. But I will say, like, I'm going to be, like, fully transparent. Like, I was not my best self in the last
Yeah, because I
6
think
months.
you attract where you're at.
Yeah. And I think that I was not my best self in the way that I was jealous. I was insecure. I was questioning everything. I was questioning myself. I started, like, not knowing my own worth and not even knowing, like, what the heck I wanted with my life because I was so stuck in something. The wrong relationship will really set you back. And I do truly believe that. I remember my brother telling me recently, he's like, dude, like, I remember you used to be so into, like, your job. Like, you were so passionate. And then as soon as you got into this, like, you stopped caring about everything. And it is true. Like, you put all your energy into something. And that's where I know that I messed up. That means I'm lacking, like, some kind of boundary or self-love. So that's, like, if you start ignoring the things that you once loved, or you idolize this man in this relationship more than you do anything else, I think that is a red flag. You know? But yeah, if you have the few minutes to go, if you sometimes do need the proof, because they will make you sound or look crazy, and make sure you take.
And then I feel like you'll question it, like
you're like, wait, am I? You start thinking that you are crazy.
Yeah. So I say, get your proof, but, like, for real,
be ready to go.
Yeah.
Run with it. I know. I was telling someone recently, I'm like, if you're gonna have these conversations, be ready for what he's gonna say. If he says he doesn't, like, be ready for it. But if you're not ready, don't have the conversation.
Yeah.
Because we've been there too.
For sure.
We didn't talk about our little adventure.
Oh, yeah.
We gotta tell you about an adventure.
Being girls. That was such a girl night. Like,
that was such a girls night. And we gotta tell y'all, this was like, what, 3 weeks ago?
Yes.
We were at the bar and we ran into one of our friends.
No, 2 weeks.
That was like 2 weeks ago. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We were at the bar. We ran into one. We were just gonna have one drink.
Yeah.
Like, okay, let's have one drink. I was like we went home to change. Well, you were in your overalls from one of the.
Oh, yeah.
And I went home to change into, like, workout clothes. And we went to the bar, to my parents' restaurant, and we were just having one drink, and we were just going to end it there. Yeah. Well, we ran into a friend, and she's like, let's go to Greensboro, like 30 minutes away for a drink. And we're like, no, because I'm not dressed. Like, it's Saturday night. I'm not going out.
We were spontaneous.
That was spontaneous. So we...
To Greensboro.
That's spontaneous for us, because we had just left Greensboro. So we came right back up, because this is, like, where we shoot the podcast. We went home, and then we were at that bar, and then we were like, well, let's just go home. And we're like, let's keep the night going. Yeah. So we're like, we're not going to change. I was going to go home and change and, like, look cute, because I'm like, you never know, it's Saturday night. But then I was like, let's just go how we are. And then we end up at a bar, and it was a vibe. Like, just...
Yeah, I feel like on the way there, we listened to, what's the playlist? Fuck
my ex.
It was one of those nights, like, girls and...
music. We were... Yeah. It was just like, we were playing, like Cardi B. Yeah.
So we go. It was fun. It was very chill.
It was really fun. I think it was just chill. Like, we were just...
Well, I remember when I tripped, and what did they say on the sidewalk?
They said, like...
I don't remember.
Oh, she lit or something. I think... Or what did they
And then I said something back. I don't remember... I don't know, but I was thinking about it.
She caught herself, or they
called me out.
Yes, she tripped on the way to the bar. And then I ran over. I thought I had lost my whole front bumper. Y'all, I was not even drunk. Like, I was sober driving. And I go over this bump, and I was like, oh, crap, my whole front bumper is probably gone. Because
the curb.
The girl we were with had to throw up. No, she was lit.
Yeah.
So she was lit. And then, so... we end up leaving. We're going home, and she's like, I'm going to drive. And we're like, no, we're not going to let you drive. I literally got out. I was going to drive her car home, and she's like, no, like, I'll drive. And we're like, okay, whatever. We're going to drive behind you. Like, we were.
Yes.
So we were, like, following her, and her lights were, like,
not on.
Yeah, she didn't have her lights on. So we're trying to call her. Her phone's dead. And I get scared too. Like, you never know what could happen. She did have some drinks, and we were like, no. But she was like, no, I'm going to drive. Like,
yeah.
And so I literally got out. I was like, get out. I'm going to drive your car. She didn't want to listen. So we let her drive. We drive behind her. And
the lights are off. So we're like, oh my God, that's like, hey, pull me over.
Yes. So
like it's very.
We're calling her. Her phone's dead. And we're like trying to catch up to her. She's speeding. Not only does she have her lights off, she's speeding. And we're like trying to catch up. But we're like, we don't want to get us. Like, we're going to get a speeding ticket.
And I was completely sober at that point.
Yeah. And then we see the blue
lights. See the blue lights. The blue lights turn around.
And go after her.
It's funny because I'm like shaking driving behind her. I'm just like, no. Like, I just know somebody's going to pull over.
Yeah.
And then we see it. And we're like.
We literally see the cop pull up behind her. And we're like. No, we're like, did we just see this?
We're like, no, like we don't even believe our eyes.
And we were literally like, no. And we're like, what do we do? So we drive behind them.
Yeah, they pull off to down the street.
Yeah, they go out down.
But we don't want to make it obvious.
Yeah.
So we're like, I drive down and I'm going to turn around and drive back in. But by the time we do that,
I didn't have any gas, so we had to pump gas.
Yeah.
We were like on E, like trying to get this. We go pump gas. It's like 1:30 in the morning, maybe 2. We're pumping gas. Like, all right, we're gonna drive back there. The car's gone.
Yeah, and we're like, no, it was right here. Like we couldn't remember the street. We drove around for how long?
Like 30 minutes.
Yeah, like looking.
And we're looking. I think we're checking county jail. Yeah. We're in county jail. And I'm like, well, I mean, if she.
Like we call Lexi. Like, what do we do?
Why did we call Lexi? Stressing that girl out. Well, we're calling her. We're calling our like Lexi, and we're like, what do we do? She's like, well, don't go, because then what if y'all go to jail?
Yeah.
So we're like, damn. But anyway, we start driving around for 30 minutes. We don't see anything. We're like, was it this street? We literally drove and drove.
And I was like, there's no way. Like, how did they do it so fast? I don't know.
Well, then we get a call while we're still driving around, and it's her. She's like, hey, I'm home. I'm like, what? Did you get pulled over? She's like, yeah, he let me go. Yeah. He just told me about my lights. And I'm like, girl, had us over here panicking. Yes. We were like, she's going to jail. Like, what do we do? We're going to have to bail her out. Like, I don't know. But
she must have been good by then. Like, I don't know.
She said that the officer was like, you know your lights are. She said, oh my gosh, I didn't know. And then this girl was still trying to go out after that.
Yeah,
we're like, girl, no, stay home. This is your sign. Please stay home. But
I used to do that all the time too, though. Like, forget to turn my lights on. Like, just sober.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know why.
Well, I can't see, so I know when my lights are off. I feel
now I notice, but back then, I don't know.
But that was one of our nights out 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was fun. It was just like us. We ran into a friend of ours from our hometown from years ago. But it was just chill, like just the girls. No men to ruin it, except the cop. Damn, men always ruin everything. Right?
No, but what about those guys who were like looking at us at the bar? Sometimes guys make me uncomfortable.
Oh my God.
Like being with a girl and like looking like this.
There was a man with his girl, literally like this. It was obvious it was his girl.
And he's like breaking his neck.
And he's like turning, and we're like, and then we're like trying not to, but we stare at him too. Yeah, we're not staring because we like him, but I think he probably thought, because we would talk and we'd look at him, we'd be like, ugh. But I don't think he realized that we were looking at him because we were like, out. Like he thought that he's probably like, oh, they want me. And then he would smile at us. Remember? Wasn't he smiling at us?
Yes. But we were just like, why is he making it so obvious at least?
Like obvious. When it was like not even like, sometimes like you look and you're just like, but no, this man was breaking his neck. Oh my gosh. And with his girl. Mm-hmm. I don't know. What do men think sometimes? That we're gonna be like,
my man would.
I know, like
get smacked.
If you even, I noticed it just a little too long. We're gonna have a conversation. Like I understand. Like there's beautiful women everywhere. We're gonna look. Like who doesn't look? I look at women, but now staring. When I tell you this man was, how was he staring?
Yeah, like we felt uncomfortable to that point.
Yes, and I think we stared back at him, and then you'd be like, look, keep looking. No, he's. Ew. People are just. Like, if you're in a relationship, don't do that.
That's a red flag.
Or even if you're not, don't do it. Remember those two guys that were just, like, walking around?
Yeah. They were trying not to be obvious.
Yeah, they were just looking for... their next
Pray.
victim. Yeah. But I think it's fun to just go out. And I think it was fun because we didn't plan it.
Yeah.
And we were kind of all like going through it. Not going through it, but we were like, man, let's play some sad, like, or some bad bitch music.
Yeah.
And then go, even though we weren't even dressed up or. So we were approachable and still nobody approached us.
But I'm like, I was dressed like a farmer.
But it was funny because we were all dressed so different. You were dressed as a farmer. I was dressed like in my gym clothes. And then she was dressed like just like jeans and Converse.
Yeah.
But I think back then though, I would have to dress up for everything.
Yeah, I would too.
But now, like, I think even going to like the bar, like Cantina is so chill that I don't, I just go like however. Did miss shooting though. Like I miss talking. I was so excited to shoot today. I'm not kidding. Like once we got here, I was like, I'm so excited to just talk. And we want to know what you guys want to hear. Like, I think I'm at the point where I'm okay with talking about my life.
Yeah.
I haven't talked about it because I've been embarrassed. You know, like, so I've kept it. But now, like, if I'm not doing, like, I feel like I can
It's in the past to where.
Yes. But I wouldn't talk about my personal stuff because I was literally embarrassed to talk about it.
But I think it's relatable to other people.
Even
Sadly.
my 28-year-old self goes through these things, which is crazy because I think, like, about my niece. And I'm like, if she was going through this, I'd be like, girl.
But I think you have to go through that to.
You have to. Mm-hmm.
I mean, you don't have to, but
there's a
lesson.
There's a purpose for it. Like, and you're gonna keep.
It's a lesson, and you need to learn it.
And and if you don't, you're gonna keep relearning it or having to relearn it and relearn it. But I don't know. I think I feel like for the past 4 months before this month, I was feeling like really like embarrassed with myself and like disappointed, honestly, just disappointed in myself. But now I'm like, it's okay. Like life goes on. Like if you've dealt with someone and you keep going back or you keep, no, you don't understand why. Because sometimes you don't even want to. Like you really don't.
Yeah.
Like you could literally be like, I'm done. But because they're so persistent.
I really think too is the soul tie, like we talked about before.
Yes.
Like when you've done all these things with someone, it's hard to cut that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking, I don't know about online dating, but I was like, I would do like Christian Mingle. Or, yeah, something like that. Farmers. But I don't know. I'm like,
farmers only.
I would. Is it really farmers?
I think it's farmers only.
But it's like they're farmers.
I think so. Like country people, maybe.
I would like that.
You might.
I would like to live on a farm, but I don't know about maintaining it.
Yeah, that's the man's job.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, if you're going through like this, and I think people might look at us because we're like 28, like we're older. We probably look like we have it all together. We don't. I promise you. Like, you know what prank my dad did on me yesterday?
What?
He's like, hey, can you call Duke Energy because I need to make the payment, right? And I'm like, okay, give me the number. It's like an 1-800 number. I call it, and then this man answers, and he's like, and you hear Duke Energy, like you hear like the little machine. This man answers, and I'm like, hey, I'm calling to make a payment. And my dad's like, yeah, tell him it's. And he's like, oh, can I get an address? I give him the address. It's like legit, right? And my dad's like has a check out, and he's like showing it. He's like, read the check out, like give him the check number. And I was like, okay. And then he's like, are you calling about you're getting a disconnection order today? We're gonna disconnect your. And I was like,
oh my God.
And my dad's like, dile que por favor no lo corten hoy, por favor. And I was like, please don't disconnect it. We're going to make a payment. He's like, you owe 1,800. And my dad's like, sí, dile que si podemos pagar en línea. He's like, and I'm like, hey, can we make a payment online? Please don't disconnect it, you know? Because it was for the restaurant.
Oh my
And I'm
God.
like, he's like, dile que por favor, por favor. And I'm like, okay, please don't. Like, this man was scamming the scammer. They're
Oh my
scammers.
God.
And that man's like, okay, I'm gonna need you to get in your car and go to Walmart right now and make the payment. And I'm like, and I was like, bah. Meanwhile, I have a table. He had me do this, and Dad was cracking up. He's like, tell him that you're gonna make a payment right now. Like, you want to do online. So I'm like telling him I want to make an online payment. He's like, okay, do you have your debit card with you? Like,
oh my God.
And then I was like, bah, I ain't got time for this. I have a table. So then I put Carla on the phone, and he thinks he's talking to me, right? And Carla's like, okay, where do you want me to make the payment to? And he's like, get in your car right now and go to drive to the nearest Walmart and then do that. And we're just
And
like,
like buy gift cards or something.
yes. Oh wait, I have his phone number. We should prank call him.
We should one day.
Right now. We're gonna call him. I'm gonna be like, hey, like this is how it sounds.
Is it a real person?
Yes. But my dad.
Sync energy. Your call may be recorded.
It sounds so real.
Marque 5.
So me, I'm like, oh, my dad needs to make it. And he's like, tell them that please don't disconnect it. I called last night too because I was trying to prank call him, but they didn't answer.
They work around the clock.
But they'll cuss you out. My dad said they were going at it like
Oh my
a
god.
few days ago. He's like, are you an idiot? You don't know how to make a payment? Or like they'll cuss you out. I guess maybe they have me under like don't answer because.
Oh yeah.
Leave your message after the tone. When finished.
But
Have
this
you ever
sounds-
fallen for a scam call?
I've fallen for a 911 call. Like they tell you they're the police. They're like, hey, you have a warrant out for your arrest. Like it sounds so real.
Oh yeah, I fell for that one.
And I was like, for what? For what? They're like, you missed court. And I started panicking. I'm like, what do I do? They're like, but they started like, they really were
They
serious.
pressure you.
Yes.
I got one supposedly the FBI and like that something came up in Texas and I was laundering and so and I kind of and then they would be like getting like mean at me.
Yes, they're mean.
They're like, we will come right now if you don't pay this. And I was just like, and I kind of was, I gave them my social number and my birthday.
No, I gave my address one time. And they were like, why would you do
But
that?
then when they asked for my bank stuff, I was like,
Okay.
And then I was like, I told him, I was like, I was lying the whole time. That's not my social address.
I gave my
Once I caught on.
I gave my address too.
Because they were telling me, like, we'll come right now. I was like, well, what's my address? Like, come on. That's when I caught on to it. And then I was like, oh. But I felt so dumb.
No, we get those calls at Taco Loco. One time they called and they're like, hey, can I speak to the owner of the restaurant? I'm like, which one, right? I'm like, which one? They're like, al dueño in Spanish, right? And he sounds so scary. He's like in Spanish. He's like,
Yeah.
¿me puedes hablar con hablar con el dueño? I'm like, hay dos. ¿Cuál quiere hablar? So, and then he's like, soy su contador. Like, they lie there. And I'm like, okay, si es su contador, tú te sabes sus nombres. So what is their name? And then they're like, pásame el que te correspondes tú. And I was like, damn. I was like, pues a los dos me correspondo yo. So ¿cuál quieres hablar? And he's like, chingao, que eres pendeja. Okay. Like, he was going, I'm like, he's like, chinga tu madre. Like, all this, I'm like, oh my gosh. And I hung up. They call again.
I feel bad for old people because they fall for it, like, and they lose all their
so
money.
Mean. People can be, and I was like, and then one time they called and they were saying, they're like, we have a package being delivered. We're going to come get y'all. Like, and then.
I get those texts all the time.
Like, it's just like, I panic sometimes. I would be out looking like, are they coming? This is at the old restaurant too. So it was like, I could see every car that drove by. I'd be like, oh my gosh, they're going to come get us for what? I don't know. But it was just to scare you. And they do that a lot in Mexico too. Like, if you own a business, they will literally be like, give me some of your money. We're going to kill y'all.
Damn.
But it's scary. But yeah, don't be doing that. But my dad he has time. He has the time. He took mine just to call them. And I'm over here like, pa, que ya la van a cortar.
I
Like,
watched some videos on YouTube where they hack their cameras and like they prank them, the scammers or something. It's like some high tech stuff, but it's so funny.
yeah, I love that though. I'm like, waste their time. Yeah, let's
Yeah.
waste their time. But I think,
Yeah, I think that's it.
what time is it? I mean, all right, this episode was all over the place, but I feel like we just needed to talk.
We needed to yap.
Yes, and hopefully we have a guest
Yes.
very soon. Let us know what you want to see. Let us know what you like, what you want to hear. And if you want to come on the podcast, we would love to have you on.
Make sure you subscribe. We're growing slowly.
Yes,
but-
please subscribe. We're growing. I can
Yes.
feel it. I can see it. I can see the growth.
Yes. And we're going to be more consistent, we promise.
Yes. We've just had
I'm like, honestly, it's the editing, but Jackie's gonna learn.
She's teaching me how to edit, so we're gonna be doing that. And I feel like as like once you teach me, we'll be because it does fall on her like doing. And then we did have a really long episode. That needs to be. That one's gonna take a while, but once I learn how to do that, we can switch off, do it like on like 1 week you, 1 week me, or 1 month you, 1 month me. But we're going to be more consistent, and we are going to be more real.
And we do want to do more videos like outside of the studio. So we need to look into like the little mics that we can take with us, or how do we? I don't know.
Because I bought mics, so I have the same computer. I mean, not computer, the same camera that you have. But I bought mics, and I thought it doesn't connect to it. So we need to find mics that fit that.
Yeah, because we probably have to use a phone if we don't.
Yeah, but we do want to plan on doing more things outside of the podcast and just bringing other people along, and then showing a little bit more about who we are and being more real, because I think we do keep it a little bit surface level. But to be honest, at this point, this is what the podcast is for us to talk about our experiences and talk about the things that we learn, our lessons, experiences and lessons that we've learned.
Yes.
So we do have to do that. And and if you have anything that you want to come on and talk about, you just want to come sit here and hang out with us, we would love to have you. Until next
time.
week, we love you. Bye.